Can't breathe.
Breathe!
Can't breathe.
Peter, you haven't even started.
And yet, I'm finished.
It gets easier once you get in the zone.
The intensive care zone?
Let's go.
Amy, no. You gotta make up with him because this is killing me.
Who? This is not about Vincent. This is about me wanting to spend time with my other brother. I feel like I've neglected our relationship.
Oh, no, you haven't. Look, you guys have a special bond. You always have. I don't mind.
Let's go. Can you at least walk? I'll buy you a cappuccino.
I'm lactose intolerant. I have acid reflux. I'm not fun.
Sure you are.
Okay. Oh, God.
I was thinking little crab cakes, teeny little pizzas, and quesadillas. They suggested rumaki, but that's so bad wedding from the 70s.
I agree.
You think California wine will be okay, or should we spring for French?
Oh, anything with a real cork. Lauren, why am I always carrying your stuff?
I don't know.
Hey, Jillian, Peter and I had a good run this morning.
You did?
Yeah. Well, he grumbled a little bit, but I think he liked it.
Really? Because he was dreading it last night, and this morning he dragged himself out of bed, and he would not stop complaining.
He had fun. All right. Amy, are you bringing anyone with you to Peter and Jillian's party? What party?
Their party for Vincent after his book signing.
Oh, I'm not invited.
Of course you are.
No, I saw the invitation.
Look, Mommy, I made my own breakfast.
It's great, honey.
You know he means all of us.
Oh, that's not what it said.
Amy, this is not a minor event. This is your brother's first novel.
Okay, Mom, he's the one who stopped talking to me.
Well, it's ridiculous for a brother and sister to behave this way. Do you think you're going to live forever?
Maxime, I guess I should be going.
Excuse me, Uncle Richard?
You know perfectly well what the situation is there.
Yeah. You haven't spoken to your own brother in, 12 years? And you're giving me a hard time about this?
It's much more complicated, Amy. Besides, it is precisely because of my history that I can't stand to see you and Vincent waging this kind of war.
Then don't watch.
Okay.
So, goodbye.
You're going to regret this when he's gone.
Mom, you always side with him. You treat him like a baby, and that's why he's the eternal child. That's why I have to be the grown-up. Well, I'm not going to do it this time. I'm not.
Judge Gray? That's okay. I'll come down there.
I got here early. My CSO always opens my chambers. I can't find my key.
It's kind of pleasant down here.
So what brings you back to the salt mines?
I'm a lawyer. I miss lawyering. The gig in the governor's office was just like a glorified flak job.
You got fired.
No, we came to a mutual understanding.
So you're back in civil litigation?
No, I'm doing a turn in the prosecutor's office.
What, Stuart? The righteous end of the law?
That's the quickest way to rehabilitate a career. I figure I can survive a year or two.
You're just brimming with integrity, aren't you?
Why does it bug you so much that I'm ambitious?
If only that were your true character flaw.
Judge Gray? Am I interrupting something?
No, not at all. Amy and I were just catching up.
Yeah, I forgot my key.
I heard you were back in the courtroom.
Yeah, governor's office wasn't really a good fit for me.
Heard you got fired.
Well, this is fun, but due process is waiting. Judge Gray, it's always a pleasure. Bruce.
Stuart?
She's a good girl. She's just having a really hard time.
Show her your arm.
She didn't mean to do it.
Show her. That was an argument about bedtime.
I thought her medication was helping.
It seem to be for a while.
Nothing is helping. Drugs, therapy, counseling, punishment, prayer. This has been going on for 6 years. Leslie's getting worse, not better.
And what do you want to do?
I want you to explain to her that voluntary placement is not the end of the world.
We knew Leslie was troubled when we adopted her. We knew she'd been abused. We knew she had attachment issues. We knew this wasn't going to be easy.
We never thought it would be this hard, and we never thought we'd have a baby.
So we dumped Leslie because we got a biological child, is that it?
Michelle, she hits us, she bites us, she throws things at us. Do we need to wait around for proof that she can really hurt someone?
We have a new therapist who is very optimistic.
She's a fraud. It's new age garbage, holding therapy, rage release crap like that.
A voluntary placement agreement wouldn't necessarily take Leslie away from you forever. We'd try and place her in special needs foster care or a therapeutic institution where her situation could be assessed and dealt with.
Honey, this might be the best thing.
For who? People do not give up on their children.
First stop, Max Pagano. 16, set a convenience store on fire. Clerk got caught in the back room, nearly died. 1 count of arson, 1 count of reckless endangerment, 1 count of assault in the 3rd degree. The thing to keep in mind is his father, Henry Pagano, is rumored to be a made guy.
A what?
Did you see Goodfellas?
No, I know what a maid guy is, but that's just stupid. In my courtroom? What, am I supposed to be intimidated?
That's up to you.
All rise. Be seated.
These are pretty serious charges, Mr. Pagano. You might want to sit up and pay attention. Who are all these people?
Well, Your Honor, this is Henry Pagano, Max's father, and friends of the family.
Well, Mr. Pagano can stay, but the rest of you have to wait outside. Mr. Levy?
Your Honor, at this time we're petitioning the court to transfer the case to the criminal docket. This is exactly the kind of offender that the transfer process was meant to address.
Your Honor, this was an ill-conceived practical joke gone awry. My client had no idea that the entire store would burn down, and he certainly had no idea anyone was inside at the time. He never intended to hurt anyone, and he's filled with remorse for what he has done.
Well, I'm not buying that, Mr. Rhodes. So I am going to set a time for a transfer hearing. Does anyone have a problem with this afternoon?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
My advice to you, Mr. Pagano? Get a little scared between now and then. Next case.
Beginning of a novel? Oh, beginning of another novel. Here I am in my Umberto Eco phase. Not pretty. I'm shooting this box into space.
The Hummel collection is Donna's, right?
Yeah. Oh, wow. This is a skit I wrote. That's kind of funny.
Of course it is. You're funny. What's it about?
I wrote it for Amy's rehearsal dinner when she got married. It involved me putting on a bridesmaid's dress. I ripped it under the arm and it had to be sewn up again. It was like a whole big deal. Made Amy laugh.
You should keep that.
I'm supposed to be getting rid of stuff, remember?
Well, not everything.
Judge Gray. We've stopped meeting like this.
Yeah, I agree.
Is it hot in here? They turned up the air conditioning?
I guess they figure it's officially fall.
Really want to know why I got fired from the governor's office?
No, I really don't.
Well, Well, let's just say the debacle with you didn't help matters.
Stuart.
I go out on a limb to recommend you to the appeals court. You don't play ball, end up with an omelet on my face.
Are you seriously trying to put this on me?
I'm just saying it didn't help.
What kind of person goes around blaming other adults for their own bad choices?
It's really stuffy in here.
Oh, cute.
No, it's really stuffy in here.
You are irresponsible, manipulative, and morally bankrupt, and that's why you got fired.
Your need to have the last word borders on the pathological.
Oh, blow it out your butt, Stuart. Can you push the docket back by an hour or so? Okay. Yeah, right. Thanks. Is he okay?
You're with him?
No. Yes.
You're a member of the family?
No. Is he dead?
Well, he's in critical condition. He was without a pulse for about 20 minutes. We got him going, but the prognosis is not good.
Oh, my God.
Do you know how we can contact his next of kin?
No, I really don't know anything about him. I just happen to be there.
It's a serious cardiac event. I can't give any guarantees that he's going to live through the night. We need to contact his family. Can you make some calls?
I really wouldn't know where to start. Okay, I'll try. He could really die?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Mrs. Gray, you're just in time.
What's that noise?
That's Leslie's therapy. Please.
I'm not gonna talk to you. Look at me.
I understand that you're angry, Leslie, and I want you to express your feelings. That's what the blocks are for.
Get out!
What's going on here?
Leslie, not at people.
Leave me alone!
Leslie, stop doing that!
Please don't interfere with my therapy. I've encouraged Leslie to express her feelings.
I don't think your therapy is working.
I have a better idea, Leslie. What if you let me hold you instead? Leslie, all right, I know you hate a lot of people.
Let go!
And we don't hate you, honey. We love you, and we want to make you feel better.
Stop that right now!
She's allowed to fight back.
I was talking to you. Let her go. I'm with the Department of Children and Families, and this is bordering on abuse. Stop it, or I will remove this child immediately.
I cannot work in this atmosphere.
That sounds to me like the good news.
You may continue, Mr. Levy.
Mr. Pradeep, on the afternoon prior to the fire in your store, you had an altercation with Mr. Pagano. Is that correct?
What do you mean by altercation?
You had an argument over selling him alcohol?
He wanted to buy a beer, but he had no identification.
So you said no?
Correct.
Did he become angry or abusive?
I don't think so.
He didn't tell you to go fornicate with yourself?
I don't remember that.
But that was your statement to the police.
Oh, English is not my first language.
You are aware that Mr. Pagano set fire to your store later that evening.
Objection.
Mr. Levy.
I'm aware that someone set fire to my store.
Mr. Pagano confessed to setting the fire in your presence.
Did he?
Yes, he did, when the police brought him back to the scene. Is there a reason you are now recanting your testimony?
What is recanting?
You're denying your own statement.
Yes, I'm doing that.
Mr. Pradeep, has anyone approached you or intimidated you since this event occurred?
Objection.
Mr. Pradeep, if your testimony is going to conflict with your original statement, the court needs to know why.
I was upset that night. Now I feel better.
You're aware of what it means to be intimidated?
Oh, sure.
Hello. I'm trying to reach Alberta Collins. I'm a friend of her son Stuart's. I really need to speak to her. Well, do you have any other idea how I could reach another family member? No, I realize you're just the caregiver, but maybe you've heard her mention someone. Well, you don't have to be abusive. Because I'm trying to help. Her son has had a heart attack and he might die. You know what? You've been so helpful. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Now you talk. It's for you.
Really? Who is it?
Obscene phone call.
Yeah, hello, security? Yeah, this is Judge Gray. I'm working here late, and I'm hearing stuff. It's like somebody walking around. Could you come up here? Yeah, second floor, office E. Thank you. I've called security. They're on their way.
Me, Bruce.
Bruce, what are you doing sneaking around?
I'm not. I forgot some stuff. Are you all right?
No. No, I think I'm falling apart a little bit. I got the mafia in my courtroom, and old Stuart Collins, and my brother isn't speaking to me, so no, I'm not okay, Bruce.
You're allowed to fall apart now and then.
No, I'm not. People depend on me. They expect things.
I'll tell you what. You have a complete psychotic break. And I'll cover for you. I'll put on the robe, curly wig. Nobody'll notice. Come on, I'll walk you to your car.
I'll be all right.
Amy. I'm walking into your car. Judge Gray.
No, it's all right.
No, it isn't. I'll walk you to your car.
Hi.
Oh, morning, Miss Collins. No flowers in ICU.
Oh no, I'm not.
I'll set it aside for when your husband gets transferred.
No, he's not my husband.
You feel a little better today.
Hi. I brought you a plant, but the nurse took it away. So she says you're doing better. I tried to call your family. I didn't realize you didn't have any. Your mother's in the advanced stages of Alzheimer's. but you know that. You were kind of a popular guy at Harvard. You had friends anyway. Where'd they go? Excuse me, what are you doing?
I have a delivery for Judge Gray.
From who?
I don't know.
Well, I need to know who it's from. I can't just accept things. It could be dangerous.
It's not dangerous. It's meat.
It's what?
Raw meat. Steaks and stuff. They need to be refrigerated.
Take it away.
Where?
I don't know. Just get the meat away from me. Now.
Leslie was adopted from the foster care system by Mr. and Mrs. Krause when she was 2. She had a history of severe abuse. She was an acknowledged problem from day 1. She was diagnosed with reactive attachment disorder. She continues to act out in physically abusive ways, kicking, biting, scratching, threatening their biological child, who is a baby.
They've tried counseling.
They've tried everything.
What about medication?
They've tried everything.
What about wilderness camp?
Everything that makes sense.
Weren't they aware they were adopting a special needs child?
Yes, they were.
And now it's too much trouble, so they want to give her back.
Kimberly, the situation is a good deal more complicated.
Adopting a kid from the system is not like buying a puppy. You can't just give it away if it pees on the rug.
Kimberly, do the civilized world a favor and keep your opinion out of it.
Okay, meeting's over. Everyone's dismissed. Except Maxine.
Am I being kept after social work?
What the hell's wrong with you?
I detest these staff meetings. I have to run my ideas past people who have been doing this job for 12 minutes. It's distracting. And it's demoralizing.
And you're in charge over at Sanctuary House. So it's a difficult transition when you have to come back here and be part of the pack, am I right?
At Sanctuary House, it's a collaboration.
Nothing with you is a collaboration.
Well, I guess I'm just worn out. I see these parents struggling to make their family work. Who am I to tell them to give up? Who am I to tell them anything? I don't even know how to keep my own family together.
Is this because Vincent's moving?
It's because he and Amy aren't speaking. That's been going on for months.
Maybe it's time for you to leave it alone. They're adults. You're not responsible for them anymore.
Sean, one day you're going to have children. And I'm going to enjoy that so much.
Mr. Pagano is a young man of average intelligence with an age-appropriate need to assert his independence, which is not to be confused with oppositional defiance disorder. It's natural for a 16-year-old to rebel. The fire in the back of the store was admittedly a more aggressive act than we like to see in normal teenagers, but I can't say it was unprecedented or unusually alarming.
You're saying it's not a big deal for a teenager to set an establishment on fire?
My understanding from our conversations was that Max only meant to set a small fire in a trash can. He didn't realize the fire would spread.
He told you that?
Yes.
Dr. Bloom, I'm confused. In your notes, you made it clear that Max Pagano expressed a certain level of rage and admitted to entertaining violent fantasies. You said, and I'm quoting, Mr. Pagano does not seem to make a connection between his actions and their consequences. He appears detached and unconcerned about the welfare of others. These are your words, are they not?
They are. But they could describe any normal teenager. It's a narcissistic age.
You're saying Max Pagano was a normal teenage boy?
Objection. Asked and answered. Does he get to badger the doctor until he gets a response more to his liking?
Your Honor, I'd like to declare Dr. Bloom a hostile witness.
I object to that.
I'd like to call a recess, and I'd like to see counsel in my chambers.
Recess 20 minutes.
You're losing control of your case, Mr. Levy.
Your Honor, none of my witnesses are giving the testimony we discussed. It's like they're afraid.
Objection.
Like they've been gotten to.
I object.
We're not in court, Mr. Rhodes.
Your Honor, what he's suggesting is preposterous. He's alluding to some ridiculous rumor that Max Pagano's father is somehow involved with some sort of crime syndicate.
All I'm saying is my witnesses are clearly intimidated. Those that bothered to show up. The arresting officer, he had some kind of a family emergency. I can't even get him on a cell phone.
We'll subpoena him.
Great, so he can get up there and backpedal?
I think Mr. Levy's unprepared, and he's trying to squirm out of the situation by blaming it all on some imaginary mafia connection.
You're the one who keeps saying mafia.
Henry Pagano is a legitimate businessman. He's a restaurateur.
All right, calm down. The point is, Mr. Levy, that you don't have a case right now. Do you have any other witnesses?
The victim of the fire, he's supposed to be here tomorrow. We have to work around his physical therapy.
Well, I can't let this case drag out indefinitely. The way it's developing, I'll have no choice but to find no probable cause and dismiss it.
I'm fine with that, Your Honor.
I think we owe it to this witness to let him speak.
Okay, well, I'll give you one more day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor?
I'll send everyone home.
Bruce,
What?
you have that look.
I've never seen you like this before.
Like what?
Reluctant to do your job.
That's not fair. You can't say that to me.
You haven't even heard from the victim, and you're dismissing the case?
I said I felt tempted, Bruce. I can't rule on no evidence.
Fine, forget it.
And it is totally out of line for you to talk to me this way.
So you get to decide where the line is. Well, when it's written in stone, you let me know.
Oh my God.
Look what you did to me.
You're awake. You're better.
I'm sorry. They tell me I'm gonna live.
Well, everybody was so worried about you.
Who?
Everybody.
You?
Of course. I mean, I was there when it happened.
I know, you told me to blow it out my butt.
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't remember that one.
The nurse said you came with me. And you were here again this morning.
Well, I couldn't let you be alone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You care about me a little. I mean, all the stuff that happened between us.
Don't worry about it.
That was me just trying to say, hey, you know, Judge Gray, look over here. Pay attention to me. Because I'm crazy about you. I mean, I have been. Ever since law school, since that first day. When you walked into Professor Dunbar's class wearing a black t-shirt and hip hugger jeans and clogs, with your hair in a braid. You tried so hard to be bohemian, but you're just a good girl. And you sat right in front of me and you took down everything that Dunbar said and crossed your legs, swung your foot back and forth, chewed on your pen. It was devastating.
Is that morphine?
I'm not delirious. I felt this way for a long time. It's just, I guess something about dying made me brave enough to say it.
I don't know how to respond to that.
It's okay. I'm kind of tired now. I think I'm gonna sleep for a while.
Good afternoon, Patrick. Thank you for being here. We know you're going through a difficult time. Could you say your name for the record?
Patrick Weiss.
And how old are you, Patrick?
16.
Could you tell us a little about your job?
I work at the Handy Mart, Mr. Pradeep's store. I'm a stock boy. I mostly unload things in the back, and sometimes I help out up front.
Can you tell us what happened on the afternoon of August 21st?
I was stacking magazines, and I heard Mr. Pradeep arguing with somebody. So I went over there, and I saw it was this guy, Max Pagano. He came in all the time trying to buy cigarettes and stuff.
What were they arguing about?
He wanted to buy beer, but he didn't have any ID, so Mr. Pradeep said no.
And then what happened?
Max Pagano said, "Do you know who my father is?"
Objection. Hearsay.
In your dreams, Mr. Rhodes. Continue, Patrick.
Mr. Pradeep said, "I don't care who your father is, I'm not selling you beer." They yelled at each other for a while. Mr. Pradeep threatened to call the police. And then Max Pagano said, "I'm gonna take care of you myself," and then he left.
Were you also at work later that evening?
Yeah, I was trying to get overtime to buy a new bike. So I was doing inventory in the back. We do it at night when there aren't any customers around.
What, if anything, did you observe that night?
It was around 11 o'clock, and I heard somebody moving around near the trash cans. So I went over there, and the closer that I got, the more I smelled something. Like gasoline. I didn't see him strike the match. The fire went up real fast. But I saw him running away down the alley. I tried to get out, but the fire was blocking the door, and there was all this smoke. I couldn't yell for help. I couldn't even breathe. I figured I was dead. And I was really scared because I thought I wouldn't be able to see anyone ever again. You know, like my parents and stuff.
Patrick, this person who set the fire, do you see him? In this room today?
Yeah. That's him.
Maxine, I just got a call from Michelle Krause. She wants you to go over there.
I can't. It's my son's book signing tonight. I have to be there in half an hour.
She wants to give Leslie up. I'm sorry she's crying, very upset. I think you should get out there before she changes her mind.
I got mad at the guy in the store, and I set a fire in his trash can. I didn't mean for the whole building to burn down. It was kind of a joke. I've never been in any kind of trouble. You can ask anybody about that. I come from a good family, so I don't think I should have to go to jail. It's not like I meant to do it.
Anything else, Max?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Do you have any other witnesses, Mr. Rhodes?
No, Your Honor.
You're dismissed, Mr. Pagano.
You need a recess?
No. No, I'm ready to rule.
Your Honor, in closing...
Sit down, Mr. Rhodes. I'm ruling. Now, because this is a first offense, and given Dr. Bloom's evaluation, I am denying the motion to transfer this to the adult criminal docket.
Well, thank you, Your Honor. In that case, we are prepared to stipulate to the facts.
Yeah, well, I'm finished with the good news because I am finding you delinquent. Now, in view of the seriousness of your crimes and the malicious intent behind them, and because a truly courageous young man has been scarred for life, I am sentencing you to Long Lane until your 18th birthday, which for your information, is a locked facility. I'm adding 5 years to that sentence, time which will be served in an adult facility. Now, I'm suspending that sentence, but what this means, Mr. Pagano, is that even after you get out of Long Lane, if you get so much as a jaywalking ticket, you're going to be doing hard time before you can legally buy a beer. Understood? Get your father to explain it to you. We're done.
Court's dismissed. You're not staying late, are you?
No, I have somewhere to be.
Right. Stuart Collins.
Oh, he's better. Yeah, he's gonna be okay. You know, he actually died.
Did he have a whole tunnel and White Lake thing?
I don't know. He told me he was in love with me.
No kidding.
What?
It's obvious. Why else would he behave like that?
He was horrible to me.
What's the first lesson in courtship you ever learned? It's a dope version of pulling hair and snapping bra straps.
Judge Gray.
Mr. Pagano, I can't speak to you like this. It's highly inappropriate.
I want you to know I'm insulted. Why'd you send the meat back?
Well, I can't accept things like that.
Are you a vegetarian?
No, I mean, I can't accept gifts.
You look hungry to me. What you did to my kid today. It's the best thing that could ever happen to him. He has to learn the consequences of his actions. You know?
Yes. Right.
You're a good judge. I'm gonna send you some more meat.
Please don't.
Are you sure? I mean, there's no problem.
Yes, I'm sure.
Michelle? Where's Leslie?
She's in her room.
Does she know I'm coming?
Please, go see her now.
Where's Roger?
He went out. I think he needed to get away from us. See, I realized I'm going to lose him if I don't do something. So I have to do something.
I understand.
You can take her now, can't you?
I'd like to talk with her first. Leslie? Leslie?
She's cold. You see, I was doing the holding therapy. Like Martha taught me. She wouldn't quit screaming, Maxine. She just wouldn't quit. So I took a pillow. And I held it over her face. Not very hard. Not for very long, but she didn't even put up much of a fight. It's like she wanted it to stop. She just wanted it to be over.
Thank you. Should we get started?
Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm Vincent Gray, and this is my first novel, A Fortunate Son. I encourage you all to buy several copies. Makes a great holiday gift. So I'm gonna read a little bit. Fortunate Son. Rudy Lukatsky wanted a son, but more importantly, he needed a son. Rudy was a rabbi as his father had been. He was a man of God. He believed in all things sacred. He believed in a world that made perfect sense. Over the years, he had become blinded by belief. He had become hardened against the frailty of human nature. The concept of divine and unconditional love had rendered everything else incomplete. With God as the standard, what person, what child could ever make him happy? He wasn't aware of these things on that cold night in January 1965. He did not know that people could be broken by the weight of possibility. He did not understand that they could be ruined by goodness, that damage could be done by hope. He only knew that he had a son, and God was just, and love existed, and the world had his permission to go on.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, the detective's homicide investigation yields shocking results.